So another fight week, another cage conflict. We have Michael Shields with us here today. Fantastic young fighter. He already holds a belt at your fighting championship for featherweight. He's looking to take this vacant one. And if I correct me if I'm wrong, this will be the second one if you are successful to take from, not take from, but be passed from Tiernan Loughlin.
Yeah, well, second one from Tiernan Loughlin, but Corey had it last. So Corey had it in February, and then Tiernan had it before that. So yeah, Tiernan wasn't the last person to have it. Corey was,
Ah,
but
okay.
just before that it was Tiernan.
Okay, but it's another title fight. How are you feeling? How's fight week? How's fight week for you? Because you're 12 fights in, it must be just kind of natural to you now.
Well, I'm just used to it now. It just feels like another sort of week. Sort of used to doing all this, like, so I enjoy Fit Week. Like, it just means all the training's done. You can just sort of focus on getting the weight down and just have a few like pad sessions, some light things, focus on recovery. But I enjoy Fit Week. Like, it's probably the best week of camp, to be honest.
How hard is it to switch off? Because obviously you're going at 100, like 100 degrees, like you're going flat out, and then just to stop and relax. But you said you like it, so do you obviously enjoy just the winding down, the calm before the storm sort of a thing? Is it?
Uh, well, some people would go into Fit Week and they would be like, they would continue training hard because like it's like like they're mentally doubting themselves that they haven't done enough. Whereas I just don't mind just chilling all day pretty much and just doing a bit of recovery, some pads, bit of leg grappling. Because I know like for the past 8, 10 weeks, I've just trained my arse off and just trained as hard as I possibly can. So I'm just happy enough to just sort of chill out on Pay Week and just really not do much. Because I know from the weeks and weeks before that I've trained so hard that I can. And I have no like doubts in my mind at all that I haven't trained enough.
Yeah, and like that, it takes maturity as well to know when to switch off and know when your body needs to rest. Whereas, like you said, a lot of other people might feel like they've not done enough. You
Yeah.
obviously with the gym you're in, I've seen the levels of the training in that gym is it's just is scary. What's the gym like at the moment? Obviously, Tiernan just came back from his or he just had his fight, which in the first round he was in trouble. You seen the fight IQ to be able to change the game plan and switch it up. What's the buzz like in the gym now? Because there just seems to be more people going there like if Damien McGuigan's going pro, you've just got so
Yeah.
many killers there. What's it like at the minute?
No, the gym's absolutely buzzing. It's probably the best it's ever been in the history of it. Like obviously Paul the all week winning, Damien turning pro, Corey 2 pro debuts this weekend. Just a pat and then Paddy's fighting in a few weeks. Jared Burns was fighting. It's just sort of there's a lot going on in the gym at the minute. You know what I mean? But it's just really exciting times. Like
Yeah, it is. Like the gym is just going from strength to strength, and you can see that with the talent that's come over, and you're one of the talents, and you're looking to pick up a belt. Obviously, you're going to be facing Julian. I believe this was a fight that was supposed to happen late last year. It didn't happen. Is this a fight you've been looking forward to and putting yourself against someone like Julian?
oh, I definitely have been looking at for this fight for a while now. Just been unfortunately he's pulled out like fucking 3 times. I don't know how many times it's been, but it's been a couple of times he's pulled out. Like so. Um, let's just hope he actually makes it the fight on Saturday here because he's pulled it a few times. So I'm praying he just sticks to it and just makes it there. But I've been looking for this fight for a while. Because I rate him, I think Julian's good, but it's just been hard getting to the fight with him.
And what is it? I actually was at one of the Cage conflicts, and I think he was fighting was it Kevin Keogh maybe, and I seen you there watching. Like, is he someone that you've looked at and said, like you said, you rate him and you want to test yourself against him? Like, what is it about Julian more so, or is it you? I know you take on anyone, but obviously he's caught your attention.
Uh, no, there's nothing really about him that I want to fight him for. It's just like just because he has some good wins and you know he's fights out of a good gym. It's my weight class. I mean, it just sort of makes sense to fight him, and just the fact that I've been scheduled to fight him a few times before, I just want to fight him now and get it over and done with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it's a fantastic matchup. Like I said, two fantastic fighters from two very good gyms and on cage conflict. How does it feel to be coming back fighting on cage conflict? You've had a couple on your fighting championship, obviously, because you're the champ. What's it like being a cage conflict? You're going to be making that walk. You're going to have everyone there. You had good support though at your fighting championship as well. But being in the Devonish, does that feel like home?
No, it's a different type of buzz. Like it, no, it really is. I missed the last one. That was the first one I'd missed in like fucking 3 years or something. I hadn't missed a cage conflict in ages, and then going to the show and not fighting on it was didn't like it. Like I prefer fighting on it. But no, I'm buzzing to be fighting on it again this weekend. Like it's just so handy as well. Like I only live 30 seconds away from Daphne's. Like I could walk to the Daphne's in about 10 minutes. I'm not even joking as well. So it's just so handy. Like I can just chill in bed all day before the fight and then head down.
And how much
And
easier
obviously,
is it? Sorry, go ahead.
and just the atmosphere and all as well, having all my mates there as well. It's just different. Like it's just so much better.
I think the atmosphere in the Devonish is nothing like I've ever felt before. It's just it's like a controlled kind of chaos. It's just everyone's so invested. But we're obviously being in Devon, you said you're so close to home. How like do you prefer that you don't have to do all the traveling, that you can kind of just relax more so rather than having to be somewhere at a certain time? You have to wait. Obviously, you're gonna be on later on the card. And when you like that on your, obviously you might have to come early to get your medicals and stuff. Whereas now you can go do that, go home. Is it better for you like that you can kind of just relax and you're so close? Do you prefer that?
Oh, I definitely. Having to drive down the Newry at 1 o'clock in the day is not ideal. Like whenever you're not fighting until 8, but um, no, it's just so much handier. Like I can just chill in the house and just play my PlayStation and order some food and just relax. You know what I mean? Then head down like 2 hours before, get my hands wrapped, get warmed up, and then just go fight. I mean, there's no sitting about waiting to get your hands wrapped or like having to watch loads of fights. You can just head down, get your hands wrapped, boom, and that's it, done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's like that. It's a good show, and obviously, if you were successful to win this belt, you'd hold the belt here and you'd hold the belt in Euro, and then you defended your belt before. I think a lot of people say amateur titles sometimes they go it doesn't mean much, but when it's someone like you that defends them, I think it brings a lot more meaning. Would you be looking to defend both of them on both of the shows? Because I know now they're a little bit spread apart that you would be able to do. Is it something you'd be looking to do? Try and pick up as many belts and continue defending them?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like? I don't really see a point in winning the belt and then not defend it, and you know, what I mean, it's just you also just have to give other people opportunities as well. Like you can't just be holding up a whole like one, you're holding up a card. Like somebody could be filling a card and you're choosing not to fight on it whenever you have a belt. And two, I don't know, it's just why would you not just want to defend your belt? You know what I mean? You're just gaining more experience. So I don't know. I want to defend the belts. Like, well, depending on what happens after these two, I don't know, but I would want to. I'll definitely be defending them. Like, I'll not be sitting about fighting on other shows or unless it's for another belt, obviously.
Yeah, because I think obviously when you have the belt, the best kind of people in the division will want a shot at that belt, and then
Yeah, exactly.
ultimately you're getting experience then off the best guys, whatever the result may be or whatever the outcome. You're going to be fighting the best guys from that division, and it's only going to benefit you. So I like the fact you want to defend them because a lot of people like to just pick them up and kind of just add them to the resume, to look good going into pro. But I
Yeah,
what you're doing brings a bit more meaning to the belts, in my opinion.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so obviously you've got this show. We're not going to be looking past Julian, obviously, but uh, like, will this be your last fight of the year, or will you be closing it out on another show? Or
Oh, sure. I'm fighting on IER against Jared Rand as well.
oh yes,
Uh,
that's a cracker as well.
defending the belt against him on IER. So, but to be honest, I'm not really thinking about that right now. I'm just sort of focused on the fight this weekend. Like I really haven't thought about. I got a match a couple of weeks ago with him, and unless somebody mentions it to me, it's not even on my head. Honestly, it's really not. So just get through this one of the weekend, but then I'll obviously think about that one a bit more. I've actually, I've never actually watched him fight. Like I have no idea what he like. I've literally never watched him fight. Like I know from what I've heard, he's a grappler, which suit me great. But um, I've never watched him fight.
Yeah, so that's all going to be in once you said like once this fight this weekend's out of the way and you can focus on the next one. Do you think obviously when people have fights like that lined up, do you think sometimes people might get too involved in what's next, what's next? And was that something you ever done, and that's why you're concentrating just on the task in hand now?
Um, I really. Anytime I ever had fights sort of back to back, they were always like I had a fight and then got matched the week after. Then things. So I've never actually had two fights like confirmed for a few weeks after. But so no, it's just the way it has been. It's just the way like it just works in my head. Like it's about to focus on something that's not coming up soon. Or well, it's coming up soon, but like I've got something else to focus on right now. So I'll get through on first and then I'll focus on what's next.
Yeah, and then obviously with Julian, we know the kind of way Julian fights. Do you have a set game plan? Obviously, I don't want you to give away your game plan, but have you looked at the way he fights and how you're going to counteract what he does and how you're going to implement your game? Have you got a road to victory planned out already with the likes of Pat and Shando, Adam, and the rest of the coaches?
Oh, yeah, yeah. We have a very like specific game plan, and we know exactly what he's going to try and do. Like we've got it completely clued in. But I'm not going to say anything, obviously. But we've got a good game plan sorted. Aye.
And in terms of the game planning, do you like to get involved as much as you can, or do you kind of leave that to the coaches and you just work on your training and improving what your skill set?
Um, well, it just sort of depends what like session I'm doing. Like if I was hitting pads with Adam on a Friday, like I would hit pads with Adam. Like a few weeks ago, whenever I first got matched with Julian, or no, whenever my camp sort of started about 7 weeks ago, like usually I would hit pads for an hour, but we just sat down and watched all of his fights for like 40 minutes and like sort of played about with some positions and just sort of worked out like what we're going to work off, and then obviously the weeks after that we've been building off what we spoke about the week after or the week before. Where sessions like that there are a lot more like tailored around like game planning. Um, and then some other sessions are just making sure you're fit. Blah, blah. So there's a whole like structure to it, but no, we've got a good game plan sorted for it. It's a well structured one.
Yeah, and I like that. You always come in with a game plan, and like we've seen previously, you can change the game plan during the fights, and your coaches are good enough to do that. We've talked about
Yeah.
the Devonish and how good of a venue it is, and how much it's like home to you. How much would it mean to win that belt there, in front of everyone? Like, what kind of a feeling would that be? Obviously, you have the belt from Europe, but this would be a little bit more special, I would presume.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been wanting this belt from I was like 14, 15, from before I really had a living team fight. People were fighting for that belt, for that white cage conflict belt. And it was like I used to fight lightweight whenever I was like a bit younger, and I was like, I want that lightweight belt. Like it's all I wanted. Um, and see now, I have the opportunity to go and get it. Like I have never trained as hard for a fight ever. Like I didn't even think I could train that hard. Um, was I swear to God, nothing literally like means more to me right now than winning this belt. Like it is literally everything to me to win, just to win this belt. And I know it sounds so stupid. No, it's literally just an amateur fight and blah blah blah. But I swear to God, uh, I've never trained as hard for anything in my life, and I just want to win this belt so badly because I wanted it from when I was a kid, and then I got matched with the opportunity to get it about 12 weeks ago. So I was like, I have to just go all in, like complete. I've always went all in for a camp, but like this time it was just a bit different.
The belt is just like the extra bit of motivation. You want to get that
Yeah.
win. You want to be there in front of your friends, and like that, you've got a very good competitor in front of you as well. And with you were talking about the white belt, I was always wondering about this. They have the different belts for the different kind of like novice, amateur, and thing. Is it
Yes.
red and is it green then for the thing? I assumed that, but I never asked the question. But now I know. I'm going to let you go. I want to thank you so much for your time. Is there anything you want to say before you go? I want to wish you the best of luck this weekend. And thank you very much for your time on Fight Week because I know you're quite busy.
I'm not busy at all. That I was sitting playing PlayStation. I was sitting upstairs playing my PlayStation. No, that's everything. Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no, it's been an absolute pleasure. We're having these more and more, and I think we should have one before every fight that you do have. It's always a pleasure talking to you and just hearing and seeing how you improve. Every time I go to see you fight, it's a pleasure. So I will talk to you on Saturday. I will be going there. I just need to sort out my travel arrangements and see who I'm going with. But I can't wait to see you there on Saturday.
100%, bro. Thank you very much for having me on.
Cheers. Thank you. My pleasure.